Good morning. Today we will study volumes of solids of revolution. As we have seen in previous lectures that the methods of integration enabled us to find areas of plane figures and the lengths of arcs of the plane curves whose equations are given by applying definite integral. Today we will apply methods of integration to find volumes of solids of revolution which are marked out in space when plane area is rotated about an axis. Actually, a solid of revolution is a solid that is generated by revolving a plane region about a line that lies in the same plane as the region. And this fixed line about which plane region is revolved is called the axis of revolution. There are many examples of solids of this type, like if a rectangle is rotated about one of its sides, we get a right circular cylinder in one complete rotation. This is the shape of the rectangle. It is rotated about this side and the result is this right circular cylinder. If a semicircle is rotated about its diameter, the solid of revolution so obtained is sphere. This is the semicircle rotated about this diameter. The result is this sphere. If a right angle triangle rotates completely about one of the sides containing the right angle as an axis, it will generate a right circular cone. This is the right angle triangle and this is the cone. Once a solid of revolution is generated, as discussed, one may like to calculate its volume. Suppose the plane area is revolved about x-axis. Let y equal to fx be a continuous non-negative function defined on the interval AB. Let the area under the curve y equal to fx be revolved about x-axis to generate a volume. The area of cross-section of this solid by a plane perpendicular to x-axis is nothing but pi x square. The volume of a thin slide of thickness dx will be equal to pi y square dx. Therefore, the total volume of revolution between two parallel planes x equal to a and y x equal to b would be sum of all such slices. It means it will be the integration of this pi y square with respect to x between the limits x equal to a and x equal to b. So, y is nothing but fx. So, it will be pi integration of fx square with respect to x between the limit a and b. If instead of y equal to fx, the curve is x equal to fy, then the area of cross section will be pi x square and the volume of thin slice of thickness dy would be pi x square dy and the volume of solid of revolution between the limits y equal to a and y equal to b is nothing but the integration of pi x square dy between the limits a and b. To rotate the curve means to turn it about its axis so that the whole curve describes a lateral circular motion. When we revolve a curve about an axis, it implies that area under the curve is revolved about the axis. Suppose, first of all, we calculate the volume of a sphere of radius r. We know that the equation of a circle with center r is x square plus y square equal to r square. If the quadrant AOB is rotated about OX, then we get the volume of hemisphere. If we can calculate this volume, then we must double it to calculate the volume of whole sphere. So observe that the volume of the slab PQ about the x-axis is nothing but pi y square dx. dx is thickness of this slab. Therefore, the volume of sphere is equal to twice the volume of hemisphere because we have considered the rotation of only one quadrant. So, if we rotate only one quadrant, we get only hemisphere. So, by formula, P is equal to pi integration a to b y square dx. So in place of, because it is 2 here, twice the volume of a hemisphere, and for hemisphere the limits are, here it is 0, here it is r, because r is the radius of circle. So the limits are from 0 to r. Y square is nothing but r square minus x square. So it is r square minus x square dx. So 2 is because of this. The formula we have used it, this one. So integration of r square, r is constant, is r square. X, integration of x square is x cube upon 3, because integration of x raised to power n is x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1, and integration of 1 is x. Limits are from 0 to r. First of all, substitute the upper limit, then write the minus sign, then substitute the lower limit. So it will be r square into r. It is r cube minus r cube upon 3 minus the lower limit. For the lower limit, it will be 0, because x is 0. It is again 0, so I have not written the 0 part. So it is 2 pi into r cube minus r cube upon 3. R cube minus r cube upon 3 is nothing but 2 upon 3 r cube. And this is 2 pi. So V is equal to 4 pi r cube upon 3 cubic units. Suppose we now rotate this semicircle about the diameter, because we can also obtain the same result when semicircle of radius r is rotated about the diameter. In earlier case, we had rotated only the quadrant. So, assuming the diameter to be x-axis, we find the semicircle intersect the x-axis at x equal to minus r and x equal to r. It means the limit of integration r minus r to r. Here it is minus r, here it is r. We are rotating the semicircle about this diameter. Both figures are same, and the equation is x square plus y square equal to r square. Equation is same. In the first case, we had rotated only the portion of the first quadrant only. Now we are rotating the semicircle. So in this case, y square is r square minus x square. Limits are from minus r to r. We know that by the property of definite integral, that integration between minus a to a of fx dx is equal to twice the integration of fx dx between the limit 0 to a, if f is even function. Even function means if f of minus x equal to fx. So here, if we replace x by minus x, it remains the same. It means it is an even function. Therefore, so the integration between the limits minus r to r may be written as integration between 0 to r. It will be twice the integration of this. So it is 2 pi 0 to r square minus x square dx. The integration of this is r square x. Integration of x square is x cube upon 3. As earlier, limits are from 0 to r. So if you simplify it, you will get the volume of this sphere is 4 pi r cube upon 3. So I have explained both the cases. In the earlier cases, we have rotated only the quadrant AOB, and here I have rotated the semicircle. Now we will demonstrate to find the volume of solid of revolution bounded by the circle x square plus y square equal to 36 between the lines x equal to 0 and x equal to 4 about x-axis. We have to compute the volume of the part of the sphere when the part of the circle is from x equal to 0 to x equal to 4. Now in this case, we need not calculate the whole volume. We will calculate between x equal to 0 and x equal to 4 only. And this is revolved around x-axis. Obviously, in this case, the integration limits of integration are from 0 to 4. Now the equation of circle is x square plus y square equal to 36. It means y square equal to 36 minus x square. The formula is for volume is v equal to pi integration between the limits a to b of y square with respect to x. So if we substitute the values here, so v is equal to pi. In place of y square, we have 36 minus x square. 36 minus x square, limits are from 0 to 4. So limits are from 0 to 4. So integration of this 36 into x, integration of x square, x cube upon 3. Limits are from 0 to 4. Substitute the limit, upper limit 36 into 4 is 144. 4 cube is 64 upon 3. Minus, this is 0. This is also 0. I have not written the 0 part. So if you simplify it, it is nothing but 368 upon 3 pi cubic units. Now we will find the paraboloid of revolution. This is the solid generated by the rotation of part of a parabola about the axis. This is the shape of the parabola. If we rotate it about its axis, we get the paraboloid of revolution. Since parabola is not a closed curve, we shall consider only the solid of revolution by a part of the curve, so that the volume generated is a finite quantity. So there are two cases. First one is when the axis of parabola coincides with the x-axis. In this case, the equation of the parabola is of the form y square equal to 4ax. Here, this is the standard form of parabola. In figure, OP represents the part of the curve, this, where Pxy is the point on the curve. Pxy means this distance is x and this distance is y. So Pxy is any point on the curve. Suppose PA is equal, so PA equal to y, this, and OA is equal to x. Suppose we take it to be C, because we are considering only the part of the sphere, so that we get the finite quantity. Our volume is finite. So if OP rotates about OX, a solid is generated, which is nothing but a paraboloid with a circular base PQR. This is the circular base. Clearly, the element of revolution is pi y square dx. Now the limits are from 0 to C, because here the point is coordinates are x, y, x we have taken to be C. So this distance is C. So this is C0, this is 0, 0. Limits of x are from 0 to C. Therefore, the volume is pi 0 to C. Y square is nothing but 4ax dx, because the volume of solid of revolution is pi y square dx between the limits AB. Now the integration of x is x square by 2. 4a is constant, so I have written outside. And limits are from 0 to c. First substitute the upper limit, then substitute the lower limit. So this is c square by 2 minus 0. 2 will cancel with this. So 2 pi a c square cubic units. Now suppose we revolve the parabola about y-axis. And we have considered the parabola whose axis coincide with the y-axis, that is OY. Suppose the equation of parabola is y equal to ax square. We can also consider, we can also take 4 here, but I have taken only y equal to ax square. Let Pxy be any point on the curve. Therefore, PB is equal to x and OB is equal to y, which I have taken to be B. The length OB means the height of the part of the parabola that generates the paraboloid. I have considered the finite height. I have considered only part of the parabola of finite height. Obviously, the element of the volume in this case is pi x square dx. It is rotated about y-axis. So the limits are from 0 to b. Because here the coordinates are 0, 0, here the coordinates are 0, b. So y varies from 0 to b. Therefore, the volume of this paraboloid is pi integration from 0 to b y upon a dx, because y is equal to ax square. So x square is nothing but y upon a. Because we are rotating with respect to along y axis, therefore the formula is v equal to pi integration between a to b x square dy. If we rotate along x-axis, then the formula is y square dx. So x square is nothing but y upon a. Integration of y is y square upon 2, and limits are between 0 to b. So it will be, if you substitute b, it will be b square upon 2a. If you substitute 0, minus 0. I have not written the 0 part. So it is pi b square upon 2a cubic units. Now if we consider the cylinders indicated by the dotted lines in the above figure in the case 1. See, when the axis of parabola coincide with the x-axis, and when we rotate it about x-axis, OP is rotated about x-axis, then this is the circular base of the solid of a revolution generated, and this is the portion P dash Q dash. This is also circular, and if we join it by dotted line, this is nothing but it is like a cylinder. This is a cylinder. So the volume of this cylinder, in fact this is the circumscribing cylinder of the paraboloid. So the volume of this cylinder is pi y square into OA, because this is pi y square and this is the height of the cylinder OA. This is the circumscribing cylinder of the paraboloid of revolution. So pi y square into OA. Y square is nothing but 4ax. So it means pi into 4ax into OA. I have taken OA to be, OA is x, and we had taken OA equal to c. So x equal to c, OA equal to c, so 4 pi a c square cubic units. It means the volume of circumscribing cylinder of the paraboloid is 4 pi a c square. Also, we had calculated the volume of the paraboloid as 2 pi a c square. See, it is the volume of paraboloid of revolution when this OP is rotated around x-axis. Now this was the case when the axis of parabola was taken along the x-axis. So in this case, volume is 2 pi ac square, and here the volume of circumscribing cylinder of paraboloid is 4 pi ac square. It means the volume of paraboloid equals half of the circumscribing cylinder. This is just for your explanation. This is not the part of the solution of the question. Calculate the volume of paraboloid of revolution when parabolic triangle bounded by the upper half of the parabola y square equal to cx is rotated about the x-axis and bounded up to the straight line x equal to a. The equation of parabola is given to be y square equal to cx. When upper half of the parabola This. This is the upper half of the parabola and this is the lower half of the parabola. When upper half of the parabola is revolved about x-axis, the paraboloid is generated. This we have seen in earlier example also. Now we have to find the volume of the solid bounded by the straight line x equal to a. This is the line x equal to a. Thus the volume in the question is v equal to pi. Limits are 0 to a because this is the point 0, 0, this is the point a 0. So limits are from 0 to a, y square dx. By this formula, y square is nothing but cx. So it is cx, c is constant, integration of x is x square by 2, limits are from 0 to a. If we substitute the upper limit, a square by 2 minus 0. So it is pi c a square by 2 cubic units. Suppose now we want to find the volume of solid resulting from the rotation about the x-axis of a figure bounded by the x-axis and half wave of the sine curve y equal to sine x. We know that the shape of sine curve is like this. So this is the half wave of the sine curve. So the equation of the curve is y equal to sine x. Therefore, we know that the value of sine 0 is 0, sine pi by 2 is 1 and sine pi is 0. So it means the limits are from 0 to pi because here we have pi, here it is pi by 2 and here it is 0. So the limits are from 0 to pi. So pi y square dx. Y means sin x. Sin square x. Sin square x is nothing but 1 minus cos 2x upon 2. This is by trigonometry. So it is 1 by 2 minus cos 2x by 2. I have written it into two parts. Integration of 1 by 2, 1 by 2x. Integration of cos 2x, sin 2x upon 2 and this 2. Because integration of cos x is sin x. Limits are from 0 to pi. Substitute the upper limit, pi by 2 minus sine 2 pi upon 4. For 0, this is 0, sine 0 is also 0. So I have not written the 0 part. Multiply by pi, so it is half pi square because sine 2 pi is also 0. So this is the volume of the solid resulting from the rotation about x-axis of a figure bounded by the x-axis and half wave of the sine curve. This is rotated about x-axis. So this is the volume of the solid which is obtained by rotating the half wave of sine curve. Now we will find volume of a cone. A cone is generated by rotation of right angle triangle whose axis of rotation is one of the sides containing the right angle. This you have seen in first slide also. Let OAM is the right angle triangle. Let AM is equal to R and OM is equal to H. Now we want to find the volume of a cone when the line segment OA is rotated about OX. Let theta be the angle, this angle made by the line OA with OX. It means tangent theta is equal to AM upon OM. I have denoted this by small m. Let tangent theta is equal to small m, slope of this line. And AM is equal to R, OM is equal to H, this is equal to R upon H. If M is the slope of this line, it means the equation of the line OA is nothing but y equal to mx. A is any point on this line, therefore equation of this straight line is y equal to mx. Let V be the volume of a cone of which O is the vertex and the circle A, B, A dash, this circle is the base, and the height is this OM. It is nothing but H. Also, AM equal to R is the radius of the base, and the small element PQ on rotating describe a small slice of the cone of which ends are the circles described by P and Q. This is P and this is Q. So it means the element of volume is pi y square dx. So therefore the volume of cone is nothing but the limit, if you integrate y square with respect to x, pi is outside the bracket, we are using this formula between the limit 0 to h. Here it is 0, here it is h, because we have taken OM to be h. So this point is 0, 0, this point is h0. So x varies from 0 to h. So if we integrate y square is nothing but because y equal to mx, so y square is equal to mx whole square. Again m is constant, we can take it outside, so pi m square. And integration of x square is x cube upon 3, limits are from 0 to h. Always remember this formula, v is equal to pi y square dx between the limits a to b. So it is pi m square, substitute the upper limit, h cube upon 3 cubic units. It means m is nothing but r upon h, because tangent theta is m equal to am upon om. M is the slope of the line, am is r, om is r, h. So it means m is equal to r upon h. So pi r upon h whole square, this is h cube upon 3. If you simplify this, this is h square, this is h cube. So we are left only with h. And this is pi, this is r square, h upon 3. Therefore, volume of a cone is pi r square h upon 3 cubic units. It is generated by rotation of a right angle triangle whose axis of rotation is one side containing the right angle. Now we will find the volume of an ellipsoid of revolution. Ellipsoid of revolution is nothing but it is a solid formed by the rotation of ellipse about its major axis and also about its minor axis. Suppose first we consider the case when we rotate the solid, suppose we rotate the ellipse by the about the major axis. This is the major axis a dash a. We know that the equation of ellipse is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square equal to 1. Here a square b square is the LCM, so it is b square x square plus a square y square equal to a square b square. We know that a dash is a major axis, it is equal to 2a, and b dash is the minor axis, it is equal to 2b. Now the center of the ellipse, this is the center of the ellipse, it coincides with the origin. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and this is the origin. So center of the ellipse coincides with the origin. Thus the rotation of this curve is to be about OX, means x-axis. Let V be the volume of this ellipsoid. So consider the volume marked out by the rotation of the quadrant OAB. Clearly in this case the limits are from 0 to A, because this point is 0, 0. A is the length of semi-major axis, so it is A0. So limits are from 0 to A. So when we rotate the portion of the first quadrant, we get only the half volume of the ellipsoid. If we rotate the upper portion along this x-axis, then we get complete volume of the ellipsoid. But we are rotating only the first quadrant OAB about x-axis, and we will get the half volume of the ellipsoid. And if we double it, we will get the total volume of the ellipsoid. So from this equation, a square y square is nothing but a square b square minus b square x square. Shift this to this side, and y square is equal to, take b square common here. So b square upon a square, here it is a square, here it is x square, b square is common. We have divided by this a square, so y square is b square upon a square into a square minus x square. Because we are rotating the portion of the first quadrant, therefore we are getting only the half volume of the ellipsoid, and we have denoted by v the volume of the ellipsoid. So I have written here v by 2. So by using the formula, the limits are from 0 to a pi y square dx. Y square is nothing but b square upon a square minus x square dx. So it is equal to b square is constant, a square is constant, so it is pi b square upon a square. Integration of a square, it is a square x. Integration of x square, it is x cube upon 3. Because we know that integration of 1 is x, integration of x raised to power n is x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Limits are from 0 to a. So it is pi b square upon a square. Substitute the upper limit, so it is a cube. Substitute the a upper limit, this is a cube upon 3. If we substitute the lower limit, this is 0. Here it is 0, here it is 0. So it is pi b square upon a square, and this is a cube minus a cube upon 3, means 2 a cube upon 3. So 2 upon 3, and this is a cube, and this is pi b square upon a square. Because this was v upon 2, so total volume is equal to 4 upon 3 pi a b square cubic units. So this is the case this is the case similar to that of circle. In that case also, we have considered both the cases. In this case, we have revolved only the quadrant AOB about OX, and in this case, the volume of the sphere was 4 pi upon r cube upon 3, and when we rotated the semicircle about the diameter, then also the volume of the sphere was 4 pi r cube upon 3. So we can consider the rotation of quadrant of portion of in the first quadrant and calculate the volume and then double it, and or rotate the semicircle around the diameter. So in both the cases are correct. You may choose any method. So here also in the case of ellipse, I have rotated only the portion of first quadrant and calculated half the volume of ellipse, and then multiplied it by 2 to get the total volume of ellipse. Here also you can calculate it by second method also, by rotating upper portion of the ellipse around x-axis. Now rotation about the minor axis. This was the case we had rotated about major axis a dash a, means we have rotated about this x-axis, the portion of the ellipse. So if we rotate about the minor axis, the volume of ellipsoid will be 4 upon 3 pi AB square cubic units. So the figure in this case is this. Here we are rotating about minor axis. So this case may be proved following the pattern of case 1. Thank you.